Hi, welcome to the channel, welcome to another video on all you subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing and all the new ones. Right, I've got that bit out of the way. I'm at Southport. If you saw the other videos on buying a used, I did a couple of weeks ago. I'm just coming down to, well, I've just been here at Redline Caravans, and I'll tell you something now, they've got a fair old good selection of used Taurus. Now, I'm coming down, I've been having a look around and seeing what's available, and I sort of thought, well, you know, I want to look as though I'm sort of wanting to buy a cheap Tourer, you know, just for me and the wife. You know, we're just taking up Caravan, look at it from that point of view. So I've been having a look around, and they've got a real good choice. They've got another area over the back here, the main showground, which has got loads of Taurus in as well. They've really got a good selection, and I must admit, even on the COVID thing, when a lot of dealers didn't have much, they still had quite a few vans. So what have I found? Well, I've seen a few things knocking about. One of the original Bailey Pegasus there, 524, now that's going for 8,995. It looks alright, it's a bit dog-eared, it's looking a bit manky now, dated as they did the Pegasus, the original ones, and that is a bit of a problem with them. They do look quite dated pretty quickly. But anyway, what I've found is a Sterling ECCLES for 6,495. So at one time, a couple of years ago, that would have been probably around about the 4,995 mark, but used prices have firmed up. I've not been and looked at it, so we're going to go literally as it is. It's Sterling ECCLES Diamond Tooth. It's a 2006. Obviously, it's two berth, and it's a 6,495. Now, let's go and have a look and see what we're getting for £6.5 grand. Because it's obviously dry. It's been put out here for sale, and normally you'd say it's a trade van. All it is a please note on here. It's got about a motor movers fitted, but they don't. I don't think they do a cover on the motor mover, which is fair enough. So the ECCLES, modern caravans for the time, obviously built by Swift Group. Swift did manufacture all their own GRP. So 2006, we're talking what is, what, gosh, 22 years old, is it? Hang on, let's try and work this one out. It's going on for 18 years old. So what can you get? Well, I've just been having another look round it. You'll also find that little stop gap there, and the alloys and everything look okay on it. There's a few sort of knocks and dents, and I think that's where people have knocked it with the awning, and also there's a bit of a dentation there, but nothing serious. For God's sake, it's 6.5k. The back panel could do with a clean up and a wash up, because it's only been stood under trees here. But I remember seeing these when they were new, and they were a very smart Tourer. So let's go and have a look inside. Before I do that, let's just quickly check around this other side too. There's an exterior locker there at the side to get through into the I think to the washroom, but all this side looks pretty much dent free. Anyway, let's go and have a look inside without further ado. Right, now then, this just brings me back a bit actually, with this layout. This layout was a bit of a strange layout, but it's one that actually I quite like. I'll explain that in a minute. Yes, I'm going in here and it does feels older. It's 18 years old, for goodness sake, I suppose, so you know, things are going to start to be looking a little bit past the sell by date. But for a first starter Caravan, this could be just up your alley. Anyway, let's get on and I'll show you this configuration. It was a layout that didn't last very long. They did it in the, I think they did it in the Ace Jubilees. They did it in the Swift, I think they did it in the Challenge and the Charisma, and also Bailey did it in a pageant, and I think they called it the Normandy. in Series 5, but again it wasn't a layout that was sort of really taken on. The only other people I knew did this sort of layout with the washroom at the end of the kitchen on an L shape here was a company called Viscount Caravans. They were made not far from me at Leyland, and they used to come up with some very imaginative layouts, and this was one of them. And they put them in a smaller shell as well. But I've not seen a Viscount for a long time. Anyway, let's crack on with this. Right, this is the kitchen I'm telling you about. It's an L-shaped kitchen. Lots of storage. That's what I liked about this. Lots of storage. More storage here. Have a look and see what this sink's looking like. Sink's looking great. In fact, I think they still fit that sink in the 2024 vans. It's a dual fuel hob because Swift went on dual fuels I think in 2003. Spark ignition, decent enough. It's a stove's oven there. Everything looks fine on it. Looks okay. Plenty of cupboard storage. Look at this. Catches still work fine. It's really quite clean so far. It's looking quite good. Domestic fridge freezer there, which did only open one side. There you go, decent enough. And a very smart sort of cocktail cabinet with the radio and CD player. Look at that. And over here you've got your place to store your plates and cups, and a nice little storage area there too. And it came with a microwave that was shoved in the cupboard. Manufacturers did that in those days. They just shove microwaves in cupboards for some reason. So it's a really clean kitchen. It's a really clean van so far. Obviously there's loose fit carpets on there. They've taken those up. But I like this kitchen because it does feel very cosy and very workable, and lots of work surface. And yeah, very practical. There's downlighters. Obviously they're halogen lights, and also there's an omnivent roof vent up there too. So if I turn you around, you can see that this is a really smart Tourer so far. Let's go in the washroom. Well, coming in the washroom here, and there's a bit on the floor. That's off the, let's do that on my foot. That's off the bin. Someone's obviously knocked mine off. And you've got a separate shower cubicule, and it's lined too. You've got a window here in the washroom too, and also a large roof vent. Decent sized sink. The tap's missing off this, but I'm sure the dealer would sort that out. Cupboard storage beneath. Folding doors on here. That looks pretty good condition as well, I would say. Only downside is there's no roof vent in there, so you know, getting rid of the steam ain't going to be easy. And Swift still don't do that, strangely enough. It's the Thetford cassette loo electric flush. Okay, it's the old model, it doesn't matter if it still works. And you've got the cupboard storage up here. No, I'm not sure how those open up at the moment. Usually pressed in, that's it. So you've got a bit of storage up there. Some shelf up here, it's got a lip on. And of course, you've got some shelving here too. So it's really quite a good washroom. Okay, let's go in that main living area. Now this has got a Truma heater in it, and it's dual fuel, so it's gas and electric. And the good thing about this is, okay, you've got the fire here at the front, but if your electrics did go down, you can still use that as just a normal gas fire. Wardrobe, look at this. There's a carpet in there. The carpet looks alright from what I can see. Can't see any real stains without start pulling it out and examining it. Tables in there. It looks pretty dry as well. Doesn't look like signs of damp. Lots of storage. Super. As I say, this layout didn't catch on. Oops, sorry about that. And more storage too underneath here. We'll go over straight into the lounge area. So you can have this as two singles, or you pull your slats and that makes a double. You've got twin outlets there for your heating, the main socket there, and also it came with an alarm. Plus, what you don't get these days is mains lights too. The cupboards here are always a bit narrow, not a lot of storage in there, but still storage all the same. Obviously no sunroof. And of course you use the old halogen spot lamps too. Now I mean you could convert those to put LED ones on there if you wanted to. The seating, it doesn't look bad, it's not too bad. I've not sat on it yet, I'll sit on it in a bit. And what I do like as well, ECCLES are a bit different. They fitted this pole, it's very trendy, continental. So plenty of cupboard storage space in it, and everything still feels sort of really pretty tight. Now what's in this little cupboard here? Now it looks to me this has faded possibly slightly, but that's to be... you could put your CDs in there, couldn't you? I suppose that's what it was for. This was for connected to a DVD player, I think. You've got a main socket here. Main's one in that corner, one at the front. They only had a few main sockets, about 3 main sockets altogether, but you could always add those, I suppose. I'm back in the kitchen, what am I doing there? Access flaps underneath here. And again, table here to use for coffee. Oops. Or meals. I use ours in our range for meals at times. Now of course what you've got here happening is these inserts are starting to come away a bit. Again, that's pretty much a normal thing, but it really is a tidy van. Got some pouches here to put your bits in, and it comes with a clock. That's unusual this day and age anyway. So to me it's looking alright. The floor feels fine. I looked outside, in good order. For £6,500 this could be a bit of a steal. So right, summary is £6.5 Caravan. It's pretty well spec'd. Oops. The seating feels a little bit less supportive now, I'll admit, but that would be pretty much the norm over time. It's got a stereo radio cassette, CD player in, radio in, nice drinks cabinets, and it's a different layout than the norm. That L-shaped kitchen really is good, plus that bathroom is pretty good too. For £6,495 I don't think you can go too far wrong. From looking what I've looked at it, without starting to tear it to pieces, and I'm sure you get a PDI before it goes out anyway, this van isn't a bad buy at all. I think it's pretty good. Well, don't you think so? I do. Please like, please subscribe, and please give us your comments. Tell me what you think. See you on the next video.